Today we'll be working in my workbook called The Covenant Broken and Renewed. And this is the time period between when Moses got the instructions on building the tabernacle and the tent of meeting to when they actually do it. And the reason is there's a space gap there, is that he was gone so long, 40 days, that the people decided, oh, we need to have our own idol. So they built the golden calf, which separated their relationship with God. And so this period of time, Exodus 32 through 34, is a reestablishment of the relationship with God before they actually build the tent of meeting and the tabernacle. So we have gone through all these chapters, and now we're going on chapter 7. So basically, there's the golden calf, and Moses' response, the reconnecting to God, seeing Moses at the cleft of the rock where he sees the back of God, and then when the stone tablets are replaced and refilled. Now we come to chapter 7, where he comes down from the mountain from the last time. Chapter 7, Moses' face shines, Exodus 34, 29 through 35.
When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the two tablets of the testimony in his hand, as he came down from the mountain, Moses did not know that the skin of his face shone because he had been talking with God.
Looking at page 3, what month, day, and year did Moses come down the mountain with his face shining?
6, 5 in the first year.
Right. So the 6th month, 5th day in the first year.
Yeah.
What did Moses carry in his hand?
Two tablets of testimony.
Right. And he probably had the staff in the other hand. What did Moses not know?
The skin of his face was shining.
And why did his face shine?
Because he had been talking with God.
In the below scriptures, others had faces that shone. Who are they? Let me read them first. Acts 6:15. All who were sitting in the Sanhedrin looked intently at Stephen, and they saw that his face was like the face of an angel. Revelation 1:16. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and coming out of his mouth was a sharp 2-edged sword. His face was like the sun shining in all its brilliance. And Revelation 10:1. Then I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven. He was robed in a cloud with a rainbow above his head. His face was like the sun, and his legs were like fiery pillars. So, whose face is shown?
Stephen, Jesus, and an angel.
Right. And is there a common denominator in all these scriptures about shining faces?
Yes, their relationship with God.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Aaron and all the people of Israel saw Moses, and behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come near him. But Moses called to them, and Aaron and all the leaders of the congregation returned to him, and Moses talked with them.
How did the people react to the shining face of Moses?
They were afraid.
Yeah, it not only dazzled their eyes, but struck all upon them. Probably they did not know if it was a token of God's favor or of his displeasure.
Yeah.
Once Moses called to them, who came and talked with Moses?
Aaron and all the leaders of the congregation.
The first time that Moses stayed on the mountain 40 days, what had the people done during his absence?
Dancing and made the golden calf.
Right. Does it appear that after Moses' second 40 days on the mountain, the people stayed faithful, or did they return to worshiping idols?
Remain faithful.
What do you think Moses and the leaders of the congregation talked about?
What happened on the mountain?
Right, that would make sense.
Yeah. Afterwards, all the people of Israel came near, and he commanded them all that the people had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. And when Moses had finished speaking with them, he put a veil over his face.
After the leaders of the congregation talked with Moses, then who came near?
All the people.
What did Moses tell the people?
The Lord had spoken with him in Mount Sinai.
Right, all that he had said, yeah. After, not before, Moses finished speaking with the people, what did he do?
He put a veil over his face.
Right, not before, after. Why do you think Moses waited until after he spoke to the people before covering his face?
so they could see his face.
Yes, exactly. Why do you think Moses put a veil over his face?
Maybe because his face was too shiny.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. When Paul talks about Moses and the veil in 2 Corinthians and below, another reason is given for the veil. What is it?
To prevent the Israelites from seeing the end of what was passing,
Right. It wasn't going to
passing
stay
away.
shining forever.
Yeah,
It wasn't going to shine forever.
yeah.
And so how do we interpret what Paul says? The emphasis is that the veil prevented the Israelites from seeing the glory was gradually fading, not that Moses had some personal, perhaps prideful reason for hiding the fact that it was fading. You know, so it was because it was going to eventually fade.
Whenever Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he would remove the veil until he came out. And when he came out and told the people of Israel what he was commanded, the people of Israel would see the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face was shining. And Moses would put the veil over his face again until he went in to speak with him.
Right. Looking at the scripture below, where did Moses go into to be with before the Lord?
Tent of meeting.
Right, which is still his personal tent at this point. Now, Moses used to take the tent and pitch it outside the camp some distance away, calling it the tent of meeting. Anyone inquiring of the Lord would go to the tent of meeting outside the camp. As Moses went into the tent, the pillar of the cloud would come down and stay at the entrance while the Lord spoke with Moses. And that's from Exodus 33, 7 and 9. Basically, right now it's his tent. The true tent of meeting hasn't been made yet. What did Moses remove when he went in before the Lord?
Veil.
When did Moses put the veil back on?
When he left.
Yeah, and in reading this, it almost says he came out with the shining and then he put it on after that. Because I would say that, and I probably said that. But now when you read it, when he came out and told the people that people saw that his face was shining. So how can they see it if the veil is on? So I'm thinking that after he talked with them, then he put the veil on again. But I might have said something different in the answers. What did Moses tell the people when he came out of the tent of meeting?
He was commanded.
Yeah, anything that the Lord said that he was to say. How long did this occur before chapter 35, the building of the tabernacle happens? And it's generally believed that the time from when Moses last came down the mountain to the start of the building of the tabernacle is just a few weeks.
And that's the end.
And that's the end. Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, so I don't have the next here. I'll stop this here now.